started, we're going to start with dynamic stretching. So I want everyone just to get loose. We're going to start with now incorporating breathing. So the first one, if you're in a seated position or on the ground, wherever you feel comfortable, you're going to just go drop down that chest, reach down, and I want you to take a deep breath and then slowly rise up. So we call it floor to sky. There's a whole bunch of names. So just kind of extend that spine. Just relax. You're going to do about 5 of these at your own pace. So make sure you take deep breaths. So we're just warming up the body slowly. Dynamic stretching usually is a bit faster, but the goal is not to elevate our heart rate, just to get nice and loose. Good job, everyone. So keep going till you hit your 5. I'm going to start some background music. Once you get your 5, the next one we're going to do is a neck turn. So you're going to go to the left. So just rotate your neck and take a deep breath as you get there. And then now bring it to the midline, to the center. Same thing, deep breath. Hello, Vanessa. We just got started warming up. So you're going to do about 5 full rotations. But as you're turning your neck and you go down to the midline, take a deep breath. And if you don't like the music, let me know. We can put something else. So go at your own pace. Just start feeling your neck nice open up, that spine. Once you get your 5 now, we're going to take our chin down. Just drop that neck. While you're in this position, I want you to take a deep breath. I got it from yoga. Is try to bring that belly button in. So it's a diaphragmatic breathing. And then just relax in that position. You're going to do 5 of them. Nice 3 count. There you go. Good job, Sam. Good job, Donna. Good job, Michelle. Once you get your 5, now we're going to get a little bit more loose. We're all seated. You're going to start doing seated jacks, but it's not about speed. It's nice and slow. So just open up. So we're going to do a 10 count. Good job, everyone. Go at your own pace if you still want to stay in that neck. Once you hit your 10, now we're going to go into an overhead reach. So you're going to take that left arm, overhead, lean. You're going to feel a stretch right on the obliques. Now, if you have limited range of motion, then just go across your body. If you feel comfortable, then go ahead and reach, really reach. Feel that stretch and hold it for 5. And focus on breathing as well. Take these breaths, just relax. Go ahead and rotate now to the right. We're going to do this 3 times. Remember, if you have pain in your shoulders, your neck, then just go across. That's the way to modify that. Go ahead and rotate one more time into our second set. Good job, everyone. Go to the right side, and then we're going to do 1 final rotation. Our last one, the left. And then go ahead and rotate to the right. From here, we're going to go into our trunk. So you could either have your hands just nice and down. Some people like it on their shoulders. Some people like it on their sides. I prefer up here. We're just going to slowly rotate our spine. If you do have a spinal cord injury or limited spine movement, then be really, really slow with it. You know your range of motion. Make sure your neck follows, and you'll start feeling your spine open up. Just that fluid movement. Good job, everyone. We got about 3 seconds. Make sure and grab some water. So if everyone's seated on the ground or on a chair, wherever you feel comfortable, as you grab a sip of water, the next one we're going to focus on is an extended reach. So we're going to feel those big hamstrings as we're going to reach forward, overhead, and then I call it painting the fence. You're just going to drop down and then come up. So basically it's so Sam, if you're on the ground, you can just reach and then let it go down to the ground and come up. There you go. So it's just, you're really going to feel it right on those hips, the seated version or on the ground, really, and then just drop down. I just call it painting the fence because that's what I imagine it looks like when you paint a fence. There you go. Good job, everyone. So really go at your own pace. You really want to extend overhead really high. It's really engaging those hips or skeletal system to really move fluidly. Okay, we got about 2 more. Good job, everyone. Make sure you're getting water, you're breathing. The next one we're gonna do now is, since we're all seated or on the ground, you're gonna do a jump rope. So for this, you can either focus really on your wrists, your elbows, or full movement. Your choice. Just get that body nice and loose. So some people like to go really fast. I like to go slow, even go backwards, try to go opposite. Your choice is getting that full body nice and loose. And then we're gonna do our last one. Good job, everyone. Welcome, Vanessa. I can't see you, but this is usually how we start. We start with some sort of warm up, and then we get into it. The last one we're gonna do, it's gonna be a TWY. So the first one is go ahead, put those palms facing at your hips. Go ahead and raise it up to a T. Nice and down. Sam's looking for space. There you go. We're all working in small environments. Just bring it at your own pace, nice and slow. Go about 90 degrees, and it's just working the lateral side of that shoulder. Good job, everyone. Good job, Leslie. Good job, Aston. In about 2 more, we're gonna go into a W. For the W is now it's overhead. Bring those down, and it's gonna look like a W. You're gonna feel it really, the shoulders, the pectorals of the chest, the scapula. Now, you do have limited range of motion on your shoulders, then you can just go forward and then just squeeze. Good job, everyone. And then our last one, in about 3 sets, we're gonna do a Y. So everyone just put those arms down, relax them. You're gonna bring it up, palms facing each other like a Y. Good job, Michelle. She's got it. So make sure you're breathing nice and relaxed. Your body should feel warm. Okay, so grab some water. I'm gonna ask the group to see who got their kits. I think Michelle did. Donna, did you receive it?
Yes, I received it.
Okay, Jim received it. I think I'm missing Afton, Leslie, Sam, and Vanessa, I believe. Yeah, right. Okay, so I'll make sure to send those today. So I'm gonna go over both techniques and then also include what we went over last week. So it's basically the same thing now. The group has the tool. So what we're gonna use today, it is foam rolling. I call it a manual one, but it's just basically a muscle roller stick. I know Sam grabbed, I think it's a foam roller, like a thick. Oh, so Sam has one. Nice. So you can also use this big one, but what makes it really cool about a manual one or a hand one is you can control it now way more, because as opposed to this one, we put our weight on it. This is to how much tension you want, how much pressure. So I'm going to go over. So the first one we're going to use is our neck. So for this one, the neck, you can either grab it with one hand, two if you're really flexible, and then just go and just play around with it. Usually you want to target that side area. Now, for those that don't have the kit yet, what you can do is we learned last week, so I'll let the group that has the foam roller stick just go and play around with it. We went over different massage techniques. So the first one we did was kneading, squeezing, percussion, and stroking. I'll go over. Kneading, you're going to take your thumb or you can take your palm and just massage that area. So as the group is exploring the neck, I'm going to go over for those that don't have it. So kneading is just in a circular motion right in that tissue. So we do it all the time. A lot of us get stress from our neck. So basically you're just taking that thumb or your palm. You can also squeeze it in a C grip and then just explore it, relax it. Now that's one technique. So as we're doing the neck, so continue to either massage or using the roller stick. If you're really flexible, people can bring both hands and then just get in there. Now, for those that don't have it, another one is targeted pressure, they call it. So essentially now you're bringing that thumb and then you're just going to press down nice and gentle, hold it for 5 seconds, and then you release. You can also do it in a C grip. So the next one we're going to do, and you can still stay on the neck. If I know Leslie was saying she's from her back was sore and helping move. So the next one we're going to go into is our forearm. For this one, it's same thing. You can start at the top, and then a modification for this is now you can hold it with your thighs and then with the other hand, and then now you just roll it. So you can get the inner part and just go at your own pace. For those that don't have it yet, the one we're going to do is same thing. You're going to take one of the techniques. So kneading is you're going in a circular. So just our fibers are going to run lateral. Just apply pressure to that forearm. And then you can also just run it across and see if you feel a pressure point. That's usually people say it's like a knot. If you feel one and if you find one, just press it down, hold it for 5 seconds, and then release. So keep using it.
I got a quick question.
Yes, sir.
This is Jim. When you put it vertically,
Go ahead.
sorry, when you put it vertically, are you just squeezing it with your knees or are you putting it on the seat?
Yeah, so you could do either or, Jim. So you can just hold it with your thighs, and then I just put my hand over it, and you can target. You can do the inner part, the outer part.
Yeah.
If you don't have as much grip with one hand, that's a way to modify it, and then you can just roll it. So all versions work, and then we're gonna go over how to use the point too. So if everyone, yeah. So it's just your preference, Jim. Whatever makes it easier.
Okay. Yeah. I'll tell you another feedback. The ball you gave us that you can grab with your fingers is really great on your neck.
Yeah, and that will go over next week because there's so many different tools. So that one, like Jim's talking about, is a spike ball, and then it's just different texture, so you can put it on your neck and then just lean on it. So we'll go over it next week. So it has different things, and the class will go over just different, like a lacrosse ball. Now it's a bigger area.
Gotcha.
So the next one we're gonna do is we're gonna do the bicep and the tricep, and that is for those that don't have the roller stick. The bicep is that muscle that runs on the top. Same thing. This one just be nice and gentle. The foam roller stick, I mean, you can use it, but I don't enjoy it as much, so I'd rather just massage it. And then the tricep as well. You can just put your elbow on your knee and then run it across. For this, I prefer if it for some reason it's sore, I'm gonna massage it. Same thing goes for the tricep. So I'm doing a C grip, which is one of the ways. So kneading, squeezing. So squeezing, it's in the name, squeeze it. Kneading is now in a circular motion with that muscle. Then there's percussion, which is like kids used to do it, like they chop it. I don't know why that one's still around. And then targeted pressure is just you're gonna run across and see if you feel a knot or a bump, and then just hold it for 5 seconds and release. So as we're doing the biceps and tricep, those more for massage. We're gonna now go into our legs. So the first one we're gonna explore is the IT band. So make sure you move a little bit on your chair on the ground. You're just gonna run that right across. So an IT band literally runs from our hip all the way down. So the way you can do it into seated position, side to side. For those that don't have that tool yet, what you can do is take that C grip, and we're gonna focus on our quads. It's that big muscle on the top by our knee. So that, I know Leslie cycles, so she might be sore. We use our quadriceps a lot in cycling. So just go ahead and bring both thumbs together and then just squeeze out. So as the group that's using the foam roller stick, keep working on that IT band, and you're slowly gonna move over to the quad. Now this one is how much pressure you apply. Some people like more pressure than others. And then Sam, I think, is using the big foam roller. So that is a buildup. That is if it's a lot of pressure, because it's our body weight. Good job, Michelle. Good job, Donna. iPhone, someone joined. I don't know. The name's not on, but. So now if you don't have this, same thing. Just use your hands. You can also use the end of your palm and then really get in there. It's a deep tissue. From here, we're going to go to the opposite. To another big leg muscle is our hammies or hamstrings. If you're in a chair, you can get under. Go about to almost to your knee.
On iPhone.
And then Sam, if you're using the big one, then you just lay down. And then some people like to pick up their body weight. Some people just let it relax. But those seated on a chair, you can really get under it. And then just at your own pressure. For those that don't have it, let's use our hands. Relax that muscle and then squeeze it. Good job, everyone. So remember, you can stay at one muscle if you really enjoy that. I'll just be going over the different areas just because of time. But by all means, if you really want to stick in that area and that muscle. The next one is our calf, which we use a lot. So there's a couple of ways to do this. If you're sitting in a chair, you can use the manual roller stick. And if you're able to, then you're going to really run that under your calf muscle. There's two muscles that run in the calf, the gastrocnemius and the soleus. So I like to run it laterally. You can also use your hands, so massaging it. And then this one is really easy for me to find those pressure points because my calves are always sore. So you're using almost those fingers touching the top, and then use a C grip and squeeze the calf. This is also, go ahead, Vanessa.
Hi, sorry. I won't keep my video on for long because my internet's not super great. But I was just wondering, how do you know the difference between it being a bad pain and it being an okay productive pain when you're doing like rollers or, on your neck or whatever? How do you know when it's good versus?
Yeah. So the biggest thing is in anything we do, you never want to feel, so it should be discomfort. It shouldn't be pain. Especially that's why I prefer a manual roller or a hand roller as opposed to the big one, because you're controlling it, that pressure, and then any time it's really painful, I would recommend stop. Like I said, this is just the introduction to techniques. Biggest thing is making sure you consult your physician or therapist before doing any of this. But the biggest thing in the different research we looked at, and just different recommendations, is it should feel discomfort, especially once we get into like that pressure, targeted pressure, and yourself, you're finding that knot, you just hold it there. But with this, now that you want to start off slow if you've never done it. So Sam, for example, was putting body weight on a big foam roller. That's way more weight, way more pressure on that muscle. Where this, you control it, start off slow, and then it may feel, for me, for example, my quads are sore, so it may feel a little bit uncomfortable, but it's never pain. It's never like a shooting pain. It's never like I need to stop. It's never pulling on my knee. So that's what I would say, Vanessa. Just start off slow, and then if you do notice like, hey, this is painful, I'm not enjoying it, then that's going too much pressure, or we need to stay away from that area and then get it checked out, or see as to why it's hurting. That's what I would say to that. And I hope that answered your question. And anyone else can add too. The thing with this group is a lot of us do different things. So if anyone else has to add, we always here to, have everyone add input. We all learn differently. And this is just new things that, for some of us are new, and I'm not an expert. This is just an introduction to these things you can do to recovery. But yeah, if anyone else has any, input for Vanessa.
Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to mention too, I have like really bad arthritis in my wrists. So that's part of the reason I rely on the big foam roller, because there's a lot less pressure. But yeah, I've been through a lot of physical therapy because of arthritis. And one of the physical therapists said if the pain stays around for 2 days, then that is probably harm versus hurt. But we definitely recommend like checking out like a progressive pain clinic, because they really taught me about like the deep dive, about like body awareness and, pacing and all of that. So it's definitely tricky.
And thank you, Sam. Yeah. So yeah, Vanessa, biggest thing with this is just an introduction. And if you've never done it, or even if you have, it's, your body, and it'll let you know, hey, this is not right, or this is feeling funky. So you just take it slow and you build up to it. And like Sam was saying, is really, really your body will give you, a red light, like saying, hey, I've been sore for 2 days, or this pain has been here for 2 days. And that's, a sign of, hey, we did it too much, or we kind of went too much on the pressure. So hopefully that answer, like I said, we're on every week. This is a community, and we're just learning techniques and hopefully expanding. And the goal of this program is to give you the tools, and then with your time you expand and do your own research of finding, hey, this works for me, this doesn't. But we'll continue. The next one we're gonna do is our foot. So this is pretty cool. I have a lot of foot problems, so I have one of these for my foot. It's like a different texture, but you can use the manual one and then just put your foot under and then just roll with it. So a lot of people have plantar fasciitis. They have pain in that arch. So the cool thing, if you're in a seated position, you can apply the pressure you want. If not the other way, if you're able to on the ground or seated, you can bring and then just massage those tendons in your foot. That's another way too. If you don't have the tool, that's another way is if we put a lot of pressure on the foot, it supports the whole body. So we really got to let it relax. So that's the last one we'll do, and then we'll start a cool down.
I use this little ball, the spiky ball.
Yeah, that one's good.
I have plantar fasciitis, and this works really good rubbing your feet on.
Yeah, and that's actually it. There's a different size one in the kit, but I know, like me, I have a huge one, that I do every night. So there's different tools, and the goal is we all like different texture. So it's just this one is spiky, this one is beaded, the foam roll, the stick. This one won't really work. I know people use the lacrosse ball, tennis ball. There's all different tools. Yeah. So it's how, like I said, it's just exploring and finding out what works for you and what you enjoy. So the last part we'll do is a cool down. And the thing with this, as we start exploring now the kit, just go at your own pace. If you want to stay in one thing, it's just for you to start using the tool and just saying, hey, this works for this. We're going to start with a cool down. The first one we're going to do is we're going to do our trunk raises. So go ahead and go overhead. And then you're going to lean back. Go ahead and hold it. Make sure you're breathing. Take deep breaths. And you're going to lean forward. From here, take deep breaths. Then we're going to lean to the right. Good job, everyone. Go ahead and lean to the left. Go ahead and come down. The next one we're going to do is go ahead and bring those palms together. And then as you rise up, you're breathing in. And then when you come down, exhale. So go ahead and get started at your own pace. Some people can go slower and take a deeper breath. Some people go faster. It's your own pace. Really relax. So keep going. Do 5 of them. Good job, Sam. Good job, Donna, Michelle, Leslie, Afton, Vanessa, Jim. Good job. Once you get your 5, the next one we're going to do is the opposite. So now you're going to open up, just getting loose, and then just let it drop. You're going to do 5. This I got from our yoga class. They do different things. But a lot of us don't really focus on our breathing. It's such an important thing when we do exercise or we stretch or just relax our body. Once you get your 5, we're going to move on to our next one. We're going to do the push and pull. So whether you're seated in a chair, seated on the ground, is go ahead and reach either overhand or under. And then when you pull, you exhale. So go ahead. And then go at your own pace, and then squeeze that scapula, squeeze. And then, so it's really just working out different aspects of our body. This we use in exercise a lot, the push and pull. Good job, Afton. Good job, Michelle. And then our last one we're going to do, as everyone finishes, is we're going to do a 3-second breathe in, 2-second hold, and then, so go at your own pace. I'll be your timer. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, hold, exhale. We're going to do 2 more. 1, 2, 3, hold, exhale. Last one. 1, 2, 3, hold, exhale. Good job.